Members of right religion love one another and keep separate from the world. Please, Brother Katera.
Members of right religion love one another and separate from the world. There are many qualities that members of the right religion should have, but we can't take them all tonight, so we're going to take a look at two of them. Read with me. The first quality we're going to take is love between one another. Read with me in John chapter 13, verse 35. John 13:35, it reads, "By this all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love among yourselves." If you take a look at verse 34, we can see that this was given as a command. Jesus gave this command to his disciples. This would be the mark that would identify the true followers, genuine followers of him. What type of love was Jesus talking about here? He was talking about the intense love, the type of love that reaches across the racial, social, and national boundaries. This type of love is so strong that it brings people together in genuine brotherhood. The type of love that is so strong that it differentiates members of the right religion from the rest of the world. And what's the second quality? The second quality is that the members of the right religion should truly separate from the world. If you read with me in John chapter 15, verse 19, it reads, if you were part of the world would be fond of what is its own. Now because you are not part of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, for this reason the world hates you. So true followers of Jesus Christ earnestly they make all their efforts to separate from the world. Genuine Christian, they show love to their neighbors, but they don't take share in politics, and they don't take share in wars of any nation. They provide for the material needs for their families, but don't pursue material things in the spirit of the world. They also don't seek fame or excessive indulgence in pleasure. So how can we demonstrate our love between one another and keep separate from the world? Well, we can start from our family. Love must be evident not only in the congregation, but between family members, between marriage mates, and between parents and children. It's not enough to feel love for family members. We also have to express it in a positive way. This will help us to separate from the world and maintain peace and unitedly serve God shoulder to shoulder. By doing this, we will demonstrate also that we glorify Jehovah and that we are members of the right religion.
Yes, thank you, Brother Gatera, for also covering that material, how members of the right religion can love one another and keep separate from the world. And particularly is nice to see the simple way in which you approach this. You were sticking to two scriptures, and they covered that theme, wasn't it? The way in which you develop that theme, loving one another and also keeping separate from the world. So that's a good example, isn't it? Sometimes if we have too much material or too many verses in the Bible, if we develop them, then sometimes we can lose the thread, as it were. And that's an important quality in our school guidebook, for example, theme developed on lesson 36, on page 209. When we have such a talk, the theme is important, isn't it? If people are listeners, they can't follow what we're saying, then they lose perhaps the point of it. And it says the importance of a theme on page 209, it unifies your presentation and helps the audience to understand what you say and to remember it. You want them to remember it afterwards, don't they? I think it would be easy for us to do that. The love and keeping separate from the world made that very simple for us. So thank you for your hard work, Brother Gatera. That brings our school to a conclusion this week.